Hey everyone. So this video will go through the Revolve exercise in the the part design using Part Studio's tutorial. So we'll jump right into it. The first thing they ask us to do is to create a new document and check that our units are set to millimeters and begin a sketch on the right plane. So I've started my document. Check our workspace units, and they're set to millimeters. I'm going to make sure that I'm set to kilograms down here as well. So that all looks good. I'll go ahead and start a new sketch on the right plane. And then I'm going to switch to the right view, and I'm going to type P to turn off all those other orthogonal planes. Okay, so we're all set there. Let's go on to the next step. So we're going to create this sketch. We've got a couple of construction lines for the center. This is going to be a mirror line here, and then this line here will be the center of the axis. And so the distance from here to here will actually define the hole through the middle of our part. So they're asking us to draw this. I want to make sure that as I'm drawing this, that I'm keeping these horizontal and vertical. If I do that as I'm drawing, I don't have to go back and add those constraints later. So I'll take a little bit of care when I'm drawing those. Okay, so and I'm going to start right here at the origin. So go to a line, turn on the construction, come from right here, come straight up. I want to make sure I can see that vertical constraint there off to the right. If I move off of that, it disappears. So make sure that that's vertical. And start another line. And I want to make sure I'm aligned with that. So actually, I want to be down here below it. So over here. Again, I'm going to make sure I'm horizontal. Okay, so we'll take out that. Let's see. Now I do want those to match up. So let's move this one up so that it's on here. And actually, let's do this. Let's make these coincident. This one, and there we go. And so that'll line those up. Okay, so back to our drawing. Now I want to draw this shape around here. I'm not going to close that. I want to leave that open, so I'll just draw around there like that. I'll start my line. Make sure that I'm on this line. Over here. Again, kind of paying attention to the vertical and horizontal aspect of that. And I don't want this to line up here, so I want to be careful to stay off of that. And then I'll put this here. And I'll make sure that I am on this line here when I end. Okay, so I think I've got roughly the shape there that they're talking about. Mine looks a little different, but that's okay. And so move on to the next. So we're going to mirror that around, and that should close up our sketch there. So let's see, I'm going to try to select these items first, and then I'll start the mirror command. So the mirror command is right here, and select the mirror line. And you see, once I do that, if I select them first, it automatically mirrors all of those objects. If I did not select those first, I'd have to go through and select them one at a time or select as a group after I pick the mirror line. So save me just a little bit of time there. Okay, move on to the next step. So we're going to add our dimensions. When we're adding our dimensions here, we're going to use this as our center line here. So as we add these dimensions, OnShape is smart enough to know that if I drag my dimension to the other side of that, and there's a construction line running through that, that it's going to choose that as a diameter dimension. And so we We just have to pick this point and then a point down below here, and it should figure that out for us. So let's go ahead and put those dimensions in. So 25, 75, 165. So we'll put some dimensions in here, dimension. And so if I click from here, here, oops, here down to here. No, let's try that again. Dimension from here to here. And I pull that down, you see how it's measuring that diameter. If I get it close to there, it'll take it as just that dimension there. But if I drag it down below here, we'll do that. So I'm gonna make that 25. And 75, 165. So this one's gonna be here. Not what I wanted. So let's try that again. I want this here. Oops, dimension. Try that again from here, here. There we go. Okay, so make sure I get that all the way out there. So it's going to be 100. Okay, and I'm sorry, that should be 165 and then 200. So let's change that. 165. Zoom out here a little bit. Put this dimension on here. So 200 and 250. Here to here. Do that again. Here. Here. So that's looking a little bit better. And I can adjust the location of these dimensions if I want to pull this in and make this a little tighter. The placing dimensions, we just want to make sure that they're readable and that it's clear what it is that we're dimensioning. So I think that makes it a little bit better. Let's go back to our instructions here. So we have these dimensions of 40, 75, and 100 across here. So dimension these, and I can just pick on the endpoints. You notice if I pick on just the line itself, it only picks up half of that line because it's been mirrored. So I'm going to make sure I drag here to here. So that's going to be 40, 75, and 100. Okay, looks pretty good. And again, I can adjust the location of these dimensions. Okay, now if I look at my sketch here, it looks like I've got all black lines except for this right here. So it looks like we're missing this dimension across here. So just want to double check that. And so what am I missing here? I'm missing that this is aligned with this right here. So this 40 should also set those dimensions there. So I want to go back and add a vertical to this and this. And you see that once I make those vertical so they're lined up with each other, that now my sketch is fully constrained and I'm all set to go. All right, so next up. So now we can finish that sketch off and go ahead and revolve that part. And so I'll go ahead and accept that there. I'm going to go to my isometric view. Oops. Let's try that again. There we go. That looks a little better. rotate that around. I think that's the view we want there. And so as I'm changing those around, I'm clicking on the corners here, and that gives me that isometric view. So now I'm going to create a revolve. So the revolve is up here. And so I want to sketch or select the region that I want to revolve. So I'm going to revolve that. Okay, and my axis is going to be this. Oops. My axis is going to be this line here, and it's going to go all the way around. So I can change that if I want that to only be you know, halfway around or something like that, then I can do that. So so there's our part, and let's just double check. So that looks good. We're going to go full. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and rename that part wheel. So we'll accept that, and we'll come down here to our parts, and we'll rename this wheel. And then we're going to assign a material to it. And so we're going to use stainless steel 304 for that part. So we'll right click on that part, assign material, and we're going to do stainless. Which one was it? Stainless 304. So I'm just going to type in 304 and see if that finds it. There we go. That's a little bit easier to find. I'll assign that to it. And I think the last step is just to verify our mass properties. So again, I want to make sure that my mass properties are set to kilograms, and then I can look that up. So in my drawing, I want to make sure my drawing units are set to kilograms here for mass, and then I can select that part and come down here and choose the display mass properties. And so it gives me the mass of that object now. All right. So hopefully your drawing turned out the same way, and please let me know if you have any questions about it. Thanks.